Peace, family. Today's episode is going to be called Farming 5 to 9 After Your 9 to 5. Welcome to supersfarm. Because it's been nonstop since I got in today. My mom, who lives with us, has been looking after our new baby birds when I have to go out to work. And she texts me sort of urgently that the birds weren't looking so good today. She thinks that perhaps they're pecking on each other or they're fighting or something, and she's come out here 2 or 3 times today and their water and their food is all gone. So what I'm going to do is move half of the flock back to that small black tank and leave half of the flock in that large tank and see if that helps. I also bought another feeder and another waterer for that other tank, so I'll bring you along for that. I'm also going to get them cleaned off. They're really crappy, but hopefully we can get them squared away and they'll be back happy. Right, so here's that other tank. I got it rinsed out, and I'm gonna just kind of wipe it out. There was some leftover residue from the previous shavings that I had in it, and I pulled it all the way over there to the compost bin, and so I pulled it back on this wagon to bring it back into the shed here. What I'm done is put the bedding down and the new waterer, and I'm gonna move the ducks into the smaller tank. And here are the birds. They are huge. They're getting big so fast, and I can see the one that's sitting down right there, that little mark on his or her head there. That's what my mom was talking about. So yeah, I need to see what's going on there. All right, I've got the little birdies all set up. I've got the ducks over here and the geese over here. They got a new waterer, a bigger one, and some bedding. And these guys got a new waterer and feeder and new bedding. So we'll see how they do. Whew, okay. Woo-wee. Come out this turbine. It's 90 degrees in this shed. They needed, this week, their second week, they needed between 85 and 90 degrees. And it's hot. I need to sit in here and maybe I can sweat some of this winter coat off. But I got me a chair in here. And I'm just going to sit here and kind of watch them, a little nursery in the meantime. But thanks for joining us again. I'll be sure to keep you guys updated. Peace. All right, I think these birdies are pretty set for now. I'll come back in an hour or so and check on them. Now I have to continue the farming 5 to 9 after 9 to 5, which now includes checking on my chickens. On the way to the chickens, I thought I'd show you guys my lettuces and peppers hardening off. This is day 2. So they get 2 hours of sun, and this tray here is just hanging out with them. That tray is already fully hardened off. I'll just have it sitting out here so I don't forget it. All right, just 3 eggs today. Here the ladies. So quick little update on these beds here. Snapdragons are looking really good. I contacted Jackson and Perkins because the 2 roses that I purchased have not woken up yet, and they agreed that they should have woken up by now. So they're going to refund us back for these 2 roses. They're still very much sticks, whereas this one was good. I've already had it bloom, and that rose has already fallen. But I had these sad little roselle plants I actually left out longer than intended, and I want to go ahead and get them in the ground. So I have this short little bed here, big enough for these 4 plants, and I'm gonna get these babies planted. So I use this really lightweight Ryobi weed eater. It's really lightweight. My husband has a heavier one. I can't handle it. It's a gas one. This one is battery powered, and I find it much easier to use. So I took down the grass in that area. So what I've gone and done is put a paper bag down and wet it to go ahead and try to kill out any remaining grass. And also when you wet the bag, it makes it a little easier if you have like larger plants that you may need to puncture the bag, to be able to plant deeper. But with these roselle plants, they're little baby seedlings, so by the time the roselle gets ready to break through this paper bag, it'll be big enough to do that. Soil, wet it, getting ready to plant. All right, Super put the plants back in the greenhouse for me while I finished this. Went ahead and got the roselle plants planted, and I tucked in some marigolds there, some marigold, and a marigold here. I got pretty much everything planted in this tray. The lemon balm, I'm going to put in a container because it spreads. This agastache, however you say it, I need to look that up. It was a free seed from Baker Creek. And this toothache plant, I didn't have a marker for it, so I didn't want to plant it because it looks like a weed. So I knew I'd probably wind up pulling it if I didn't tag it. Everything else is in the ground. And my hope is that once everything fills out, this is going to look so good. So that's a nasturtium. This right here is foxglove. I've got 3 foxgloves plants. This is black-eyed Susan. I've got about 4 different plants there. Here's some milkweed. And right here, I've got some blue salvia. That's celosia. So is that. I put that in the middle because I think it's going to get tall and be glorious. That is my hope anyway. And then I've got a bunch of calendula here. I tucked in some marigolds. And of course, some kale. Tucked in some kale. And some more milkweed here. So these are all itty bitty babies. I started from seed, and my hope is that they'll fill out this little pizza pie slice, and this raised bed garden will come together eventually. The ground is still a hot mess. Still trying to figure out if we're gonna try to cardboard it all. That's what I started doing here. Or if we're going to put rocks down. I don't know. And I'll give an update on each of the pizza slices on another day. I'm already losing sunlight. I did notice I've got a ripening strawberry. Super cool. Alright, so now I'm headed back to the little birdie nursery to check on our birdies. That's Super in the background cutting the grass because we're homesteading 5 to 9 after our 9 to 5. It never stops. Alright, so let's go check on the baby birds. To be expected, they've made a mess of their waterer. So I'm going to give them some more water, and I'm going to take out the food. I've been taking it out at night. And, well, they made a mess of their waterer too. But their whole setup is larger, so it doesn't look as bad, I guess. Why are you eating that, birdie? All right, family, that is gonna do it for us today. You know, some days are longer than others, but it's all about how you use that 24 hours. And we try to use every moment of daylight, and sometimes, as you can see, after the sun goes down, to work towards our goal and work towards our dreams. We appreciate you for watching. We really appreciate you for subscribing, for all of those that have subscribed. We'll talk to you soon, family. Peace and blessings from Supersfarm.